anytime we have an equation that's in slope-intercept form and you want to get it into standard form, we have several rules we need to remember to follow. First of all, x and y need to be on the same side of the equal sign. Right now, the y is here on this side, the x is here on this side. So that's not okay. We got to get the x and y on the same side of the equal sign. The way I do that is just by subtracting 2x from both sides of the equation. So negative 2x plus y equals 3, because that's 0. Okay? The next thing we have to remember is that a, b, and c have to be positive non-fractions, not fractions. Okay? That's not a problem here because all three of these are integers, they're whole numbers. Okay? I guess integers, not whole numbers, but whatever. The last thing we have to remember is that a has to be positive. Okay? In this case, a is not positive. A is negative 2. So the only way I can get around that is by multiplying everything or dividing everything by negative 1. Okay? Most people are more comfortable with multiplication. That's why I chose multiplication. If I multiply each one of these terms by negative 1, I get 2x minus y equals negative 3. And that's my answer. Okay? Let's try another example. Y equals negative 4x minus 5. Well, x and y have to be on the same side of the equal sign, so I add 4x to both sides. I get 4x plus y equals negative 5. And that's my answer. Because x and y are on the same side of the equal sign, a, b, and c, none of them are fractions, and a is positive. Okay? So let's deal with the ones that you guys are having trouble with, like this one. Okay? First of all, x and y have to be on the same side of the equal sign, so I'm going to add 2/3 x to both sides of the equation. So I get 2/3 x plus y equals 5. While a is positive like it's supposed to be, it's a fraction, and I cannot have that. Okay? So what I'm going to choose to do is I'm going to multiply every term, just like we did a second ago with our negative. I'm going to multiply every single term by 3. The reason I'm going to choose 3 is because that is the denominator of this fraction, and that will take care of that fraction. That won't be a fraction anymore. 3 over 1 times 2 over 3 just equals 2. I don't have any other fractions in here to worry about, but if I did, I would find the greatest common factor and not get a common factor, but use that common factor to get rid of the fractions by multiplication. So if I distribute this 3, multiply every term by 3, I get 2x plus 3y equals 15. Okay? One more example. Here I have y equals 3/4 x minus 2. If I subtract 3/4 x from both sides, I get negative 3/4 x plus y equals negative 2. Well, in this particular case, a is not positive and it's a fraction, so I can't have either one of those. So I can actually take care of both of those at the same time. Any idea what I would multiply every single thing by in order to get rid of the fraction? Hopefully you would see that it's the denominator of this fraction, which is 4. And at the same time, I could also multiply it by a negative 4 instead of just a regular 4, because that would make this first term a positive. So if I distribute this 4, I have 4 over 1 times 3 over 4, which gives me a 3. And it's going to be a positive 3 because I have a negative 4 and a negative 3/4. So negative 3x minus 4y, that's distributing to this term, distribute to the last term, and I get plus or equals 8. Okay, that's how you put things into standard form. For extra points on your WISC, if you would please, in the summary section of your WISC, please put the word pretzel. Peace.